Beneath the scorching Roman sun stands an icon of ancient power, the Colosseum. For centuries, its name has evoked images of gladiators battling lions, chariots thundering, and emperors presiding over unimaginable spectacles. But what if we told you that this arena, the very symbol of land-based combat, once transformed into a colossal lake? Imagine the roar of the crowd replaced by the lapping of water, the clash of steel echoing not from sand, but from a simulated sea. Prepare to dive into one of Rome's most astonishing and least understood feats, the Colosseum's naval battles. In 80 AD, Emperor Titus unveiled the Flavian amphitheater, a monument of unprecedented scale and engineering. Rising 4 stories, built from concrete and faced with travertine, it could hold over 50,000 spectators. More than just an arena, it was a political statement, a gift to the Roman people, designed to distract and entertain with lavish games that often lasted 100 days. The sheer ingenuity of its construction was a marvel, promising spectacles unlike anything the world had ever seen. But even for those familiar with Rome's grandeur, the initial games held a secret that would defy belief and capture the imagination for millennia. The concept of naval battles, or Naumachia, wasn't new to Rome. Julius Caesar had staged one in 46 BC, flooding a basin near the Tiber with 30,000 men. Later, Emperor Augustus built a dedicated lake, the Naumachia Augusti, for similar events. These weren't mere reenactments. They were brutal, full-scale engagements, often featuring thousands of combatants, condemned criminals, or prisoners of war, fighting to the death on specially constructed ships. The Romans had a profound fascination with spectacles of all kinds, and the idea of recreating naval warfare, with its dramatic scope and inherent danger, captivated the masses. But to bring this tradition into the heart of the city, inside the Colosseum itself, presented an almost insurmountable challenge. The primary question isn't if, but how. How did Roman engineers manage to fill and drain an arena as vast as the Colosseum? The answer lies in Rome's sophisticated network of aqueducts. The Aqua Claudia and Aqua Anio Novus, 2 of Rome's largest aqueducts, ran nearby, supplying millions of gallons of water daily. It's believed that a system of sluice gates, pipes, and drains, integrated directly into the Colosseum structure, allowed water to be diverted and flood the arena floor. The ground level of the Colosseum was reportedly made watertight, potentially lined with clay or a specialized concrete mixture, ensuring the water remained contained. This was a testament to Roman ingenuity, transforming solid ground into a liquid stage with remarkable efficiency. For centuries, historians debated the feasibility of such an endeavor. Critics argued that the sheer volume of water required, the time it would take to fill and drain, and the structural integrity of the Colosseum made Naumachia impossible. How could a massive stone structure, designed for gladiatorial combat, withstand the immense pressure of millions of gallons of water? Yet, ancient sources, particularly the Roman poet Martial and historian Cassius Dio, explicitly described these events during the inaugural games of the Colosseum. Their accounts are too detailed and too contemporaneous to be easily dismissed. This discrepancy fueled a historical mystery, challenging modern understanding of Roman capabilities and the limits of ancient spectacle. According to Cassius Dio, during the Colosseum's inaugural games in 80 AD, Emperor Titus presented a spectacular Naumachia. The account describes a mock battle between Corcyraean and Corinthian ships, involving thousands of men. This wasn't a gentle battle. It was a violent, bloody affair, mirroring actual naval engagements. The spectacle was designed to showcase Rome's might, wealth, and engineering prowess. Imagine the gasps of the crowd as the arena floor, previously solid earth, shimmered into a vast inland sea, ready for battle. It was a sensory overload, a propaganda masterpiece, solidifying Titus's reign and Rome's imperial dominance over nature itself. A critical piece of the puzzle lies in the Colosseum's elaborate underground network, the hypogeum. This complex system of tunnels, cages, and elevators used to bring animals and gladiators onto the arena floor is famous today. However, archaeological evidence confirms that the hypogeum was not part of the original construction. It was added later, likely during the reign of Emperor Domitian, Titus's brother, around 82 AD. This crucial timeline explains how the Colosseum could have been flooded. Before the hypogeum was built, the arena floor was solid, flat, and likely waterproof. Once the complex underground machinery was installed, flooding became impossible, permanently ending the Colosseum's brief aquatic era. The hypogeum, while an engineering marvel, marked the end of Naumachia within the amphitheater. One of the most astonishing aspects of these Naumachia was the presumed speed at which the Colosseum could be transformed. If the accounts are accurate, the arena couldn't have remained flooded for extended periods, as other spectacles were scheduled. This implies a remarkably efficient system for both filling and draining. Roman engineers were masters of hydraulic control, using sophisticated valves and siphons. It's speculated that the flooding could have been accomplished in a matter of hours, perhaps even less, by diverting a massive volume of water directly from nearby aqueducts. Draining would have been equally swift, possibly into the vast sewer system, the Cloaca Maxima, or directly back to the Tiber via underground channels. This rapid transition underscores the advanced nature of their engineering and planning. Behind the awe-inspiring spectacle of the Naumachia lay a grim reality. The combatants weren't professional naval officers. They were typically Naxii, condemned criminals, slaves, or prisoners of war, fighting for their lives. These mock battles were often fought to the death, adding a layer of brutal realism to the spectacle. They served as a terrifying deterrent and a means of public execution, disguised as entertainment. The roar of the crowd, the clash of swords and spears, the cries of the dying, all submerged in the colossal basin of the Colosseum. It was a stark reminder of Roman power and the cheapness of human life in the eyes of the empire, a dark counterpoint to the engineering brilliance. While impressive, it's important to remember these were not full-scale naval battles involving massive warships. The Colosseum, even flooded, couldn't accommodate ships like the Roman trireme or quinquereme. Instead, smaller, specially constructed vessels, perhaps biremes or even simpler barges disguised as warships, were likely used. These miniature fleets, manned by hundreds, perhaps thousands, of combatants, created a highly realistic, albeit scaled-down, naval conflict. The illusion of a vast sea battle, combined with a real danger to the participants, was enough to enthrall the Roman public. The Colosseum became a temporary ocean, its boundaries dissolving to host a world beyond its stone walls. The Colosseum's brief era as a naval arena ended relatively quickly. The construction of the elaborate hypogeum under Domitian made further flooding impossible. But why the change? The hypogeum offered immense logistical advantages for land-based spectacles, allowing for much more complex and varied animal hunts, Venations and gladiator entrances. Flooding was time-consuming, expensive, and limited the types of acts that could be performed. As Roman tastes shifted towards more elaborate stagecraft and machinery, the practicalities of the hypogeum outweighed the dramatic novelty of Naumachia. The subterranean network allowed for surprises and grand entrances that water simply couldn't provide, leading to a new chapter in Colosseum entertainment. The ability to flood the Colosseum for naval battles stands as a stunning testament to Roman engineering brilliance and their insatiable appetite for grand spectacle. Though a fleeting practice, lasting perhaps only a few years, it cemented the Colosseum's reputation as the most versatile and awe-inspiring entertainment venue in the ancient world. The exact methods remain debated by historians and archaeologists, but the ancient accounts are clear. For a brief, glorious period, the arena floor truly became a stage for aquatic warfare. This incredible feat continues to challenge our perceptions of ancient technology, reminding us that the Romans were capable of engineering wonders far beyond our immediate comprehension, leaving us to marvel at their lost wonders. The tales of gladiators in the Colosseum are well known, but the story of its transformation into a vast inland sea adds an extraordinary dimension to its history. For a brief, dazzling moment, Rome defied the very nature of its greatest amphitheater, turning earth into water, sand into waves. These lost spectacles of Naumachia remind us of the boundless ambition and engineering genius of the Roman Empire, a civilization that continually pushed the limits of what was possible, all to entertain and enthrall its citizens. The Colosseum, in all its forms, remains a powerful echo of an empire that shaped the world, a monument that continues to whisper its secrets across millennia.